I was browsing through LinkedIn the other day and I came across a post of a young man who was out of work for about 3 months. And the young man stated how he was desperately looking for a job because he feared that he might lose his house. And this was one house that he had desired for a long time to get and finally was able to get it just a few years ago. And right now he's at the brink of losing the house just because he has been out of work for about 3 months. Now, while this was, quite sad for this individual, he actually got me thinking because I was thinking that 3 months is not such a long time to be looking for a job in today's market. I feel like many times when we're looking for a job, we probably should expect somewhere between 3 to 6 months to be able to get a job, right? And so the bigger problem was not even in him looking for a job, but the fact that he might lose his house if he does not find a job real soon. And that got me thinking that there's a bigger problem here. If we are at the brink of losing a house just in 3 months of being out of work, then I can imagine how overwhelmed this individual feels because now he's not just desperate to find a job, his house is at stake. And so I can imagine that this guy actually has sleepless nights just thinking about, how he may lose his work. And so this is very important for us as working professionals to really treat cash as king. Saving has got to be the biggest priority for you as a working professional because you don't want to be in a situation where you don't have a job and yet you fear losing your car, you fear losing your house, and you fear losing other things that are important to you. Looking for a job is a job in itself. So it's not good for us to complicate it by feeling overwhelmed with other things that we may lose if we don't keep that stream of income. And so it's important for you as a working professional, please start saving if you're not saving. You are supposed to be saving anywhere from 10 to 20% of your gross income on a monthly basis, just stacked up somewhere. Do not touch it. So if you've not started saving, please start saving right now. And when it comes to the habit of saving, it has nothing to do with how much you earn. So whether you earn really low or you earn really high, you still have to save. Save anywhere from 10 to 20% of your gross income. It's very important. Now, another type of savings that you need to have is emergency fund. Now, your emergency fund will cover things like maybe your car went bad, you have a sick family where you have to quickly take care of, and insurance is not going to cover it. You need to also save emergency fund. Now, your emergency fund should be different from the regular savings that you are just saving for, this is my saving. This is my reward to myself for working. And that is what it means to pay yourself first. So 10 to 20% should be the amount that you are paying yourself and saving that somewhere. Now, emergency fund is another fund that you want to have that will cover your emergency. And you probably also want to save anywhere from 10 to 20% of your income towards emergency. Now, if you earn higher and let's say you have higher expenses, then you have to figure out whether you have enough to cover a minimum of 6 months of your expenses. It's very important because we don't know how long it will take for us to get a job. That's not something we're in control of. Now, we're in control of dusting our resumes, we're in control of applying for jobs, but we're not in control of them responding to us. We're not in control of the dates we're going to get for interview. We're not in control of our start date. So there's so many things that are outside of your control, which then makes it important for you to be in control of your finances because that's all you have. So please, I want you to take savings very important. Now I'm going to repeat this so that you can hear it again. Save anywhere from 10 to 20% as an amount that you pay yourself every month and save that up somewhere. Now, save up what you call your emergency fund. And this emergency fund should be able to cover 3 to 6 months of your expenses. Now, your expenses will range from your mortgage your car note, your electricity bill, your water bill, cleaning bill, every bill that you literally have to pay on a monthly basis, cable bill, internet bill, all of those bills, make sure that you're saving 3 to 6 months worth of it somewhere. So that by the time you're out of a job or anything happens to you, you're sick, you can't work, you don't have to top that situation with another situation that is unneeded in the first place. Now, imagine if that gentleman had about 6 months of expenses saved up. He will not be so overwhelmed. Now, clearly, he will want to get a job because he knows that he's depleting his expenses bill, right? However, he will still have that wiggle room to at least sleep well at night, right? And then wake up the next day hoping for the best. But if at 3 months, you are already freaking out, then that's not a good space to be. Because that LinkedIn note was so long, it was so depressing. I was like, oh my goodness, I can imagine how this guy must be feeling right now. You don't want to be in that type of situation. And the one way for you not to be in that situation is for you to pay attention to your savings. Your savings is your cash, and cash is king. This is the secret that helps working professionals stay afloat even in bad and crazy situations. Now, also, something else that I like to share with you is, as a working professional, never live above your means. And it's very important that you pay attention to that. Because, for example, in the United States, we pay bills on a monthly basis. So the moment you stop working, those bills start piling up. And if you're already living above your means, guess what? All of those bills are waiting for you at the end of the month. And now you don't have an income to repay those debts, right? So pay attention to your credit card debts. Make sure that you're paying off those credit cards. Have a plan to pay off your debts. Because I'll tell you one thing, even if you're out of job, if you don't have credit card bills and you have at least 6 month expenses saved up, guess what? You would live at peace with yourself. You will not be frustrated. You will not be depressed. You would wake up thanking God for another day and getting to work to see how to improve your contacts and increase your chances of getting a job. But when you are in a situation where there's debt mounting on a monthly basis and there's like all of those things around you, you'll not even have enough willpower to go look for a job because your mind is not even the right place. So at this point, you're just struggling for anything to get anything. And most of the time, you're going to cut yourself short. So please, let's plan for our future. Let's prioritize our finances. Let's prioritize savings. Let us live below our income so that we have enough wiggle room to play around when that difficult situation comes. Now, nobody prays for a difficult situation, but we know that there will always be good days and there will always be bad days. Now, the smart ones are the ones who prepare for those bad days and have a plan B when those bad days come. So now that you're still working, the perfect time to start thinking about your finances is right now when you still have that income stream to plan your future. So get your savings game up, get your emergency fund running, and save 3 to 6 months of your expenses in another account that you will not touch, okay? An emergency fund is different from your expenses fund. Your expense fund is something that should always stay there. So let's imagine that your expenses on a monthly basis is $5,000. Then you need to have a minimum of $15,000 to $30,000 stored up somewhere that you will never touch. And as you increase your expenses, you have to go top that account. Now, emergency is all of those quick emergencies that come my way that I just have money to be able to pay so that I don't have to swipe a credit card. Now, your savings account is your reward to yourself where you are paying yourself for working hard throughout the month. And you can always spend from me from time to time, buy yourself a cute bag, buy yourself a nice shoe, buy yourself some nice hair, or whatever is important to you. But having a plan for your money helps you live above average. Also, I like to encourage you to have zero-based budgeting, where you plan for your money before you actually get it. That way, before your check hits your bank account, you already know where all of that money is going to. Because many times when we don't plan for this money, guess what? That money has its own plan. And anybody that asks you for that money might receive it. And sometimes people might not necessarily ask you, like, give me money. It might be situations that will ask you for it. It might come in form of problems. It might come in form of different shapes and sizes. But when you've already prepped your money and you know where each of your money is going to, then it's better than when situations come your way. You know that no, it's not time. It's not important. Somebody's not dying, so that can always wait. So plan for your money, and that way you live a much happier life. Thank you so much for watching. Now, if you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to like, and don't forget to share with your friends. I'll catch you same time next week. Bye for now.